Oh, Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? Well, what do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki from Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Have you still had a good day? I guess this is our check-in since we had a break in between the morning stream and now. Hope you've been having a good Saturday and or Sunday. What is this screen? This is Reddit. That's what this is for. Okay. Actually, let me hide this for 1 second. I need to fix something. The void. Ah, oh, scary. Oh, scary. Ah, scary. I forgot I needed to pop out my chat so that I could see you guys better. Okay. I don't use Reddit. Then why are you here? That's kind of the whole point of this stream. But that's fine. Anyway, hi everyone. So, today, I am looking for advice on places to go for Reddit. Oh, Dynamo Shirokun, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Thank you, thank you.
May the only lights guide you back to me.
But yeah, so we are here. This is like the one subreddit that I vaguely know. Because it was recommended that we post here pre-debut to like advertise. So I kind of understand this one. But other than that, I don't know. I don't understand anything about Reddit. I am a grandma. I've never really used Reddit. I've never really explored Reddit. But like, I hear that it has like some pretty interesting like stories and stuff. I watched Charlotte Senpai's Am I the Butthole stream a couple weeks ago. So I guess that is a pretty popular subreddit? Question mark. I really don't know. But I'm curious because when I was like chatting and getting to know management, one of them mentioned that they peruse Reddit like all the time in their downtime, and I was just like, how could you like spend that much time just reading posts? I don't understand. Like, I wouldn't know where to look to like find the more interesting posts. I don't really know how any of this stuff works. So, we are here on Reddit, and I am looking for suggestions. People who spend time reading Reddit kind of scare me. Why? Is it that bad? I genuinely don't know. I truly have no idea. Like, I don't know what to expect here. Scrolling addiction is a thing. That's true. I know I often get focused on doing that on Twitter. I've just never really been like that with Reddit. Because, like, with Reddit, you have to know about, like, the very specific subreddits that you want to go to. And then you would have to, like, find actually good posts. On some subreddits, you can tell some people are lying. What do you mean? You mean people just do that? They just go on the internet and tell lies? That's crazy. I mean, I hear a lot of people do actually use Reddit to get, like, legitimate information, too, though. So, like, I think it goes both ways, generally. But yeah, we are here, so for $5, specifically via Streamlabs, because I think that's the only way you can submit links. If you donate $5 via Streamlabs and attach a link to a Reddit post. I will grab the link and I will pull up the post and we will read it. Until then, we're not reading anything. We're just going to sit here. I'm shaking my little cup. Shake, 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 shake. My exposure to Reddit is limited, but most of what I've seen has been shared to me has been very weird and concerning. I mean, obviously, you would probably only get the stuff that's, like, the most weird and interesting. What if I send $5 for a Yuno story? But the point of this is to read Reddit. And I've only posted, like, twice on Reddit. Was it once or twice? I don't know. I, like, literally don't use it. You can tell I don't really use it because you can see my username here. This is me. And it's still got the abbreviation instead of my name. And it has HMK instead of HMZ. You can tell I have not used this account basically since pre-debut. I haven't touched it. I don't know what's going on. Imagine we all band together to make you reread those two posts. Just reading it in my pre-debut voice. Or my debut voice, I guess. Congrats on 4K. Yeah, thank you! I saw that it was starting to, like, spike up a bit after my stream. So I had it open on, I had it open on, like, my secondary monitor while I was doing my work. And I specifically waited until I saw it hit the 4,000 so that I could screenshot. Just 1K left for Boba. I hate how many of the comments on my tweet showing the 4,000 subs was people being like, alright, just 1,000 more to go until we get Boba Pizza. I hate it.
An offering.
But you guys are gonna have to work much harder if you want to actually get things going on that. Oh, I got a donation. Wow. No, you literally submitted my post. I hate this. Alright, well, them's the rules, so I guess that's what I'm doing now. Alright, hold on. Should be able to just click this, no? Oh, it did not open where I wanted it to. Okay, copy. One sec. World's most boring post. It's probably safer if it doesn't open directly on stream. This is true. It popped up in, like, a separate browser. I think it was, like, a browser source. But I'm not adding that. Okay, let's see. What was debut voice even like?
Hello, Reddit! I'm Yuno Hanaki from Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. Our debut is coming up this Saturday. Please consider attending.
And then YouTube link. I'm not saying the YouTube link out loud. I'm sorry. That's not part of the post technically because it cuts off anyways. Debut Yuno, so pure, so one of a kind. Now? What do you mean now? I am still just as pure and just as kind. Now do it in a Valley Girl accent. You want to pay up another $5, my guy? You want to make any extra requests, it's another $5.
Do I look like... Why do you guys say that I was so pure? I'm still pure.
Like, comparatively, I haven't changed that much. Can we see some of the comments? Sure. I don't think there were that many. Oh, there's another Yunoism. I guess I can read this because it's technically part of the post. Ahem.
Be sure to also check out the full trailer on the Production Kawaii channel, as well as my two lovely gen mates. We look forward to meeting you. Curious what we've been up to leading up to debut? Feel free to check out my Twitter for more updates.
And then I linked, Kaya and Ron alongside myself.
It me! Wow, crazy. Whoa, crazy.
Valley Girl accent, please. Thank you again for another $5. I guess I have to read it again. But in Valley Girl. What is this? Okay. Ahem. Hello, Reddit. I'm Yuno Hanaki from Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. Our debut is coming up this Saturday. Please consider attending. Be sure to also check out the full trailer on the Production Kawaii channel, as well as my two lovely gen mates. We look forward to meeting you. Curious what we've been up to leading up to debut? Feel free to check out my Twitter for more updates. Okay. Are you happy now?
Was it worth it? Was it worth the $10?
Thank you, LOL. I don't like that you said LOL with the period. That's kind of messed up if you ask me. Voice didn't even change. Shut up! I'm not a Valley Girl! This is sick and twisted. You can't already be doing this to me. She was so innocent and full of hope before. Yeah, now I am jaded and I am often disappointed. Obviously. I've been directly in the trenches of being a VTuber and now I'm just like, okay. This is what VTubing is, I guess. Doomer, you know, Ikuzo.
Yippee! I love when my streamer has negative thoughts on stream.
I'm kidding, by the way. Everything is okay. Do not worry. I'm fine. Don't ask us if it's worth it. The answer 99% of the time will be yes. Good to know. Good to know, I guess. Alright, now we're just chilling. Can we see the second post? You gotta pay $5. That's not how this works, bro. You don't just ask. You send $5 and then you ask. I think the only other thing I've posted was promotion for my debut song cover. So it's probably just me talking about Hyakisai. Thousand Demon Festival. Probably. At least I think I posted about it. I'm pretty sure I did. Because, like, I don't really come here to advertise streams or anything. I feel like it only makes sense to really use it for, like, videos. So I guess I would maybe make another post on Reddit, like, once I start releasing the roleplay videos that I'm working on. posting clips on Reddit also does well? I suppose so. Good to know, I guess. But using websites is hard. I don't want to. Managing social media accounts is very difficult. It's hard to, like, what's it called? It's hard to remember all of the places that I have accounts, I guess. Keeping them all an equal amount of active is a little bit difficult, in my opinion. Which is probably why my Reddit has so quickly ended up neglected. Curse you, Reddit. Crazy how it's almost 2 months of HMZ. Hope we help brighten your day. You're alright. It is weird to think that we're almost at 2 months. We're not really planning anything crazy to, like, celebrate it. I think, the last time we talked about doing any sort of celebration was we were thinking about stuff we could do for 6 months. Right now, we're just chilling. Doing our best. Working hard. But yeah, no real plans for 2 months at the very least. But maybe 6 months. Maybe 6 months will pop off. Guys, she hates us. I don't hate you. Please. I'm sure you're busy since it's December. Any hints come Christmas time? There are projects. I guess that's all I can really say. I don't know if anybody... I don't know. There are projects. There are contents. Some of these things have been worked on for a while, so it'll be really exciting to see them come out. I am not a big fan of leaking unless I know for sure that it's okay to leak things. So, I'm not really going to be leaking the actual contents of, like, what it is. But, yeah. There is stuff. There is things. Speaking of which, I have to work on some of my stuff and things soon. So much to do. What feels like so little time. But I do have to work on some of the things. Having standards and junk. Well, yeah, I just think it's more fun for you guys to have surprises. Wouldn't you rather be surprised instead of having everything be spoiled? Chat may cause mental anguish, but she laughs, so it's fine. Isn't that just the general summary of the relationship of a streamer to their chat? You guys often cause me to have mental and occasionally psychic damage. However, I still end up laughing at it. So, everything balances out one way or another. HMZ, all I want for Christmas is you cover? Nah. Like I said, we are cooking. It's just, it's not really related to Christmas. I personally don't really like surprises, but sometimes I guess it's okay, like for a story. I kind of get what you mean. For me, if there's going to be a surprise, I'd rather not know a surprise is coming. If you want to surprise me, don't tell me that you're planning a surprise. Because if I know you're planning a surprise, I'm going to be anxious the entire time because I don't know when the surprise is coming, and I don't know what the surprise is going to be. So, I would rather, just not know a surprise is coming and then be completely surprised. Definitely not planning a surprise. No! You can't say that! I'm going to go insane. Surprise! There's no surprise. Surprised? No, the endless anguish. The only damages done today were Sora's fault. I think Sora is probably quite proud of their accomplishments. I'd annoy the person telling me about it because I would want to know immediately. Yes! You get it! I am exactly the same. If someone is like, hey, Yuno, I have a surprise for you. And I immediately just go, oh, what is it? And they're just like, well, I'm not going to tell you. It's a surprise. And I'm just like, well, you're going to have to accept the fact that I will be asking you about it incessantly until the surprise comes. Or until you tell me what it is. I really don't. It's not that I don't like surprises, but it either has to be a full surprise or you have to tell me what the surprise is going to be. I feel like you guys are taking advantage of how I feel about surprises to gaslight me once again. I don't trust you! I don't know if there's an actual surprise coming or not, but I don't trust you right now. I don't believe you. When? Also, it looks like the latency is a little better this stream compared to my last one. I don't know why my last one was like so laggy in comparison to usual. Maybe there's just something weird going on with my internet. Chat would never gaslight. Name one time we have. Oh, you've definitely gaslit me before. But the whole point of this is that I bring up examples and you guys are like, that never happened, which is, again, gaslighting. The endless cycle of torment. I'm not falling for it. Try as you might, Damadachi, but you won't get me today. We didn't gaslight you, don't gaslight us. Sounds suspicious. That sounds fake, there's no evidence. We don't have any evidence, checkmate. Ugh. That's not how this works, you can't just call a checkmate. But I never gaslight you. Stop. Stop it. I'm going to put you on the bad shelf. Gaslighting Damadachi are required to go onto the bad shelf. It's where I put the Damadachi into a jar and I put you on a high shelf. Time him out? Not yet. I'm waiting for the third strike. There will be a time where it comes, but right now, no. Also, hi, Kaya. Hope you're having a good day so far. There's shelves. Can I be near the top? You don't want to be near the top. That's the That's the bad shelf. You don't want to be near the top. That's where the bad Damadachi go. Can I be on bottom shelf? Can you be good? Because that means that you do not gaslight Yuno. I'm bad, just not the worst, so near the top, like, third shelf. You can't choose which shelf you be on. I determine which shelf you go on. It is my arbitrary ranking system, and I decide where you go. I'm headed to a family Crumbus dinner, but I wanted to say 4K Omerito. Thank you! Also, why are you having a family Crumbus dinner this early? There's literally, like, so many days until Crumbus. I mean, I guess your family just celebrates it really early or something. That's crazy. I am an expert on Yuno, and I would be on the prime spot shelf. Oh, yeah? If you're an expert on Yuno, name 3 Yuno facts. Don't ask me, I don't know either. Moon guys are different. Oh, true. I guess it's Christmas on the moon? Question mark. I hope you eat yummy food at least. And I hope you get presents. If you're celebrating it this early, you better get presents. I'll be a nonconformist and choose to be put on the windowsill. All of these facts are so... No. Is green. I mean, yesn't. Has shoes. True. Can spin. Kind of true. Yuno is short. I'm not that short. 2. Yuno is a half Oni. This is true. 3. Yuno loves chat. Yeah, I guess. Depending on the day, I guess. Yeah. You're 145 centimeters. Yes, I guess. You have green eyes. No. No, I don't. And your favorite game is Tails. You didn't say which Tails, though, so that doesn't count. Yuno's favorite food is beans. No. Banned. If you give Yuno $5, that's a present for me. Give Yuno $5. She is holding you at gunpoint, I guess. Dang, that's crazy. Yuno became an Oni and was not originally one. I mean... I guess so, yeah. Can't believe Yuno doesn't know her eyes are green. Look at the emote you just used and tell me that those are green eyes. Are you colorblind? Are you colorblind? Like, hello? Yuno hates everyone, bro. She's so evil. What? I don't hate everyone. I just hate it here, specifically. I hate this place. I don't hate people. These have green eyes. I refuse to be gaslit about my eye color. My eyes are purple. They're very pretty, too. I can prove it, look. I can prove it. See? They are purple. And they are quite cute. Can I see your green eyes? I hate this. But Kaya says they're green. Don't listen to Kaya! Most of the things that come out of her mouth are lies. Keyword being most. She will go out of her way to lie, especially if it's to spread misinformation. Which is the whole point of lying, but like she loves spreading misinformation. Colors are just weird on the moon.
Thank you so much.
I'll lie what the need. Oh, you definitely lie. Most beautiful shade of green. Shut up. Did someone say thighs? I said lies. Learn to listen. Threatened Damadachi donated $5 and said, I wasn't held at gunpoint by a tsundere moon ninja. Send help. Thank you for the $5. You didn't link a Reddit post, but I will take the $5 still. Hee hee yoink. Mine now. Of course, all of you immediately lose your brain cells the minute I say the word thighs out loud. You got your thighs this morning. I'm not pulling them up again. I'm not a tsundere who told you that. Don't look at me. Don't believe Yuno. I didn't say it. I was reading the donation. They said, and I quote, I wasn't held at gunpoint by a tsundere moon ninja. Threatened Damadachi is the one that said that you were a tsundere. It wasn't me this time. Wait, I missed the thighs? Yeah, it was in the morning stream. That's rough, buddy. You put the emote for a reason, though? Because I needed a placeholder and because you guys asked for a thigh emote for some weird reason. Yeah, she's not a tsundere. You're missing the K. Oh, so true. She's a tsunderic. We forgot. Teehee for gore. Usually skip breakfast? I think I usually either eat breakfast or dinner. I'm kind of bad. I don't often eat 3 meals a day. The most I will eat is 2 meals. More often than not, it's 1 meal. And then I just eat, like, smaller things the rest of the day. I do my best to eat well, though. As well as I can, considering I am an Oni that cannot cook. I'm gonna combust. Don't combust! You have to go to Crumbus. You have Crumbus party soon. So you can't combust, unfortunately. As much as you want to. I am afraid the circumstances have made it so that you cannot. Baya is a Derek and the Queen of Cringe. So true. Honorary production kawaii Derek. And honorary Queen of Cringe. Isla Senpai said so. Crumbus, that's not a word. It's just a funny way to say Christmas. God. God forbid women have any fun messing around with the English language. You should be able to figure it out by context clues. Time him out. You're right. That is the time that we can do it. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye. It was going to happen on my channel sooner or later. The amount of times where I just resist the urge because I'm just like, okay, whatever. It's basically giving him what he wants. But, like, sometimes it just also feels good to instill the disciplinary action.
It's Crumbus. Merry Crumbus. Happy Crisis. Merry Chrysler.
Although I think I combined 2 Christmas memes there, because there's also this, like, drawing of a dinosaur that has a little bit of a lisp, and it's like, it Crimbith. Mer Crimbith. And I think about that a lot, too. Being timed out can be fun. Me next. You have to do something to be worthy of getting timed out. We need a hammer emote. If I was going to do a hammer emote, I think I would want to do it like Colette's Picohan. Like I'm throwing the hammer. Maybe it would be like a parody emote of like me doing the throw gesture and then there's a separate emote that's specifically the hammer. That could be very funny.
Picohan.
I thought timeout was a candy and wanted some. No. Kaya, roast, time me out. You have to try a little bit harder. You can't just, like, blatantly ask for it like that. Bruno doing Colette's Pow Hammer is a cute idea. Yeah! Honestly, just having me be drawn as Colette in any capacity would be really cute. To be honest. Even though I feel like I want Presea style better. Maybe because I relate more to Presea. But yeah, definitely making it look like Picohan would be really funny.
Picohan.
She doesn't really do, like, a super unique pose, though. Like, she just kind of, like, puts her hand in the air. And then the hammer just materializes. But it's like a cartoon hammer, and it does a silly little, like, squeak bonk. That's what I think Yuno bonk would look like. I'll keep it in mind as another option. I really should keep track of some of the ideas for emotes that we talk about, because I'm sure I'll be getting more slots in the future.
We're just chilling.
I thought you had a list. Aren't you the resident list queen of Hanamizuki? Am I? Have the other 2 said that about me? I am the one that takes notes the most often, though, I think. I know the other 2 are also about as organized as me, because I think they both also keep planners. But I take notes during my meetings. I handwrite notes. I actually have my meeting notebook, like, on my desk still, because I had a meeting earlier this week. But I keep, like, a little notebook. And I keep track of everything we talk about in the meetings. I take notes in my head. No, you do not, because your biggest complaint is that you only remember a maximum of 5 things from the meeting, and you forget literally everything else. And that is partially why I take notes, because I know that I will make sure to remember everything that is discussed. How do we submit a Reddit post or comment to you? Link in Super Chat? You cannot link in Super Chat, but you can link on Streamlabs. I have enabled it so that if you donate via Streamlabs, you can send a link. Is your handwriting good, or do you write like a doctor? I've tried to get better handwriting, but if I'm taking notes, like, in a, like... When I take notes in meetings, I have to write pretty fast, because, we change topics really quickly. So, unfortunately, a lot of the notes for my meetings are a little bit scribbly, but I can still read it. Is it doctor's penmanship? Maybe. But it's not that bad. It is still legible. There's only space for 5 things for me to note down. But they definitely talk to us about more than 5 things every meeting. Like, on average, I have about 2 to 3 pages of notes per meeting that I am in. On average. Sometimes there's more. You should talk about your autograph variations. Ugh. Why do you have to bully me?
An offering. Thank you so much.
Takes notes in meetings. When are we getting a secretary, Yuno? Maybe someday. As for my autograph variations, so when management was talking to us about what to do for the autographs we were going to have on our merchandise, they said that we could write it however, but they thought that because, you know, we are a very traditional Japanese themed group, that it would make sense for us to write our autographs in kanji. But they said, you don't have to. So at first, I wrote mine out all in English. I had like a little oni drawn on the O, and then I had like a kind of like cute way of writing Hanaki. I think I had like a flower over the I in Hanaki. And that was just kind of how it looked. I thought it was quite cute. And then I submitted it, and then someone in management was like, "Oh, but Ron and Kaya are doing theirs in kanji. I think if you want to match with them, you should do yours in kanji." So I was immediately like, "Ugh, you said we didn't have to write in kanji. You said we didn't have to." So I then had to practice the kanji. And the kanji, both in Hanaki and in Yuno, are actually quite complicated. So that was an interesting thing to have to learn. Kanji are just abstract pictures. Think of it as drawing. I tried to, but I can't draw either. So I tried to write it out like on a tablet, because I do have a drawing tablet. I tried to write it on that, but I don't know how to use a tablet very well. So it came out very bad looking.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I saw both that donation and the last one, but I'm trying to tell a story. But I didn't know what to do, so I went to Kaya and Ron, and I was like, hey, management suggested that I switch to kanji for my autograph. I need ideas. And so Kaya was like, oh, why don't you try something like this? And like kind of gave me ideas for how to make the kanji look more fancy. So I was like, okay. And I like took reference of some of those and then started writing it out on my own. But then when I showed it to her to like get feedback, she was like, oh, you wrote the kanji wrong here. You have to fix it. And I was like, eh. And then I also had issues with it coming out very lopsided because of how I write. So what I ended up doing is I have a, like, brush pen, like a calligraphy type pen, because I collect stationery. So I grabbed one of my, like, fancy stationery pens, and I had, like, a stack of printer paper at my desk, and I literally sat at my desk for hours, writing out my signature. I had to write out the kanji, and I had to write out, the English underneath it so that it could be, like, read properly. And it was torture. The other two had theirs done, like, almost, like, near instantly, and I was struggling. I was screaming and crying. It was very difficult. But I got there eventually. And now the autograph that you guys see on my merchandise looks pretty good, I think. Because I wanted it to be perfect. I like how it turned out. It took a lot of work to get there. Sometimes when I'm, like, cleaning out my room, I still find, like, the remnants of the printer paper I tossed away when I did bad on the signature. Bye, thank you for stopping in. Have a good dinner. But yeah, that was the autograph story. Sitting down and designing signatures is kind of what idols do, though. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I was willing to put in the work. But I was just like, man, this kind of sucks. It took so much effort compared to the other two. I was kind of embarrassed. Mine took so long. But the other two were just instantly like, bleh, perfect signature. They are too powerful. Okay. Now that I have told the story, let's go ahead and grab these posts. Yippee! It be like that sometimes. There, you. Thanks, man. I really did struggle hardcore. Alright, let me check this. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, this is a pretty recent post that got submitted. Interesting. Okay. Whee! But yeah, this looks like it should be okay. What kind of stories will there be? What's the premise? Well, it's from r/stories. Which I guess is just, like, telling compelling narratives according to the description. But yeah. So, this was submitted by Professor Jamal. Disclaimer, random search and only skimmed through. Doesn't seem to be inappropriate, but seems kind of interesting. Also, Damadachis don't gaslight. I disagree with that second part, but yeah. Okay. Wow, I actually get to, like, read. Crazy. So, I accidentally caused a load of drama and got my cousin disinherited. Ooh. Juicy. Anyone who has read my previous posts will know that a few weeks ago, a 14-year-old girl, Kelly, contacted me hoping I was her father. Sadly, I was not, but we did have enough DNA in common to be cousins. Well, I instantly thought of my cousin Jeff, since he was the only person who also knew Emma, Kelly's mother. So here's what happened next. Just a note, I'm not using anyone's real name. Interesting. First, a bit of background on Jeff and I. He is the son of my dad's eldest brother, Jack, and so there is a 12-year gap between us. Which is maybe why he doesn't like me. But every chance he has to upset or embarrass me, he's taken. I've already mentioned how 14 years ago he outed my brief relationship with an older woman to the whole family, Kelly's mother Emma, but that is the tip of the iceberg. He caused a fuss when I moved to Norway to work for his dad. He tried to claim that marrying my wife Inga was wrong because we were step-cousins, and has claimed every one of my children are incest babies. Oh my goodness. What is this family drama? This is getting more and more complicated. There are so many characters that are being introduced here. I need, like, one of those, like, charts with the strings in between so I understand what everyone's relationship is. Okay, so wait. An older woman to the whole family, Kelly's mother. So you did have a relationship with Kelly's mother. So, but, like, this is you admitting you had a relationship with her, huh? Okay. Caused a fuss when I moved to Norway. Tried to claim that marrying my wife was wrong because we were step-cousins. step-cousin literally means nothing, but doesn't that still mean you're kind of related? That's still a form of relation, no? Has claimed every one of my children are incest babies. Okay. I don't know what he thinks incest is. My wife and I are only related by marriage twice over. First, Uncle Jack and Inga's mother, and secondly, our own. Huh? So Uncle... Marriage twice over. First, Uncle Jack and Inga's mother. So this guy's uncle married Inga's mother, which did make them related. And secondly, our own? What do you mean by our own? Huh? Girlies, I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. But what does the secondly our own mean? Oh, their own marriage. Okay. I had to reread that. They aren't blood related, but they're still family. That's still weird. Personally, I think he doesn't like the fact that I have a better relationship with his dad and that my children call Uncle Jack Granddad. Needless to say, we don't really talk that much. You said a lot of words just to get to the fact that you don't talk to this guy. This is a lot of word salad just to get to your point. Okay. Back to the present moment, I decided to talk to Jeff's daughters, Abby and Rose, about Kelly, since Inga is their favorite step-auntie and they know how to handle him. Now, I would have posted sooner, but it was then that my wife went into labor a few weeks early, and the matter got pushed back in my list of priorities. You'll all be glad to know that both Inga and the baby are perfectly fine, but as that matter all settled down, I got a phone call from Cousin Jeff, not congratulating me on the birth of my son, but rather a foul-mouthed tirade about minding my own business. Huh? To get to the crux of the matter, Kelly is his daughter. He's known since she was born, as Emma forced him to get a paternity test. He signed away his paternal rights and gave Emma 30,000... This is the symbol for pounds, right? I think that's the symbol for pounds. 30,000 pounds to never darken his door again. What a phrase. Never darken his door. That kind of goes hard. I like that. He admitted all this to his daughters after a week of bullying him into telling them the truth. I don't know why Emma never told Kelly about this before she died, but I'm sure she had her reasons. So Emma's dead? This is like part 6 of a story. I feel like there were so many things that were told before this. What the heck? The fallout of this revelation has been spectacular. Aside from his ex-wife giving him more grief, his second wife isn't too happy that he lied to her, and Uncle Jack is absolutely disgusted with him to the point that Jeff has been written out of the will entirely. This was a particularly sore point for Jeff, since he was set to inherit quite a large amount of money, which is now going to be divided between Uncle Jack's 3 granddaughters, Abby, Rose, and now Kelly. I see. Uncle Jack has also invited Kelly and her family over to Norway for Christmas and is keen to build a relationship with his newly found granddaughter. Jeff has been invited too, but whether or not he decides to turn up is another matter. Abby and Rose have already met up with Kelly. Funny thing is, all this time they've only lived a few miles apart from each other. What in the soap opera? This literally is like 6 different brands of soap. This narrative is so badly organized. Yeah, this is certainly a story. Okay, I see. The thing is, Jeff blames me for exposing him, claiming I should have talked to him first before telling his daughters, who in turn told their mother, and in turn told the whole family. I cannot deny that it is quite satisfying to see him squirm, since he has caused me so much grief in the past. But I am not a petty person. Quite satisfying to see him squirm. But I'm not petty, though. But I am not a petty person and only approached his daughters because I knew he'd tell me to bug her off. Though aside from the one phone call, he hasn't harassed me any further, so hopefully that continues to be the case. But with Cousin Jeff, you can never be sure what he'll do. Okay. Sometimes it's satisfying seeing people get what's coming to them. But Schadenfreude does make you a little bit petty. Isn't Schadenfreude literally just like the embodiment of being petty? Like, he's expressing Schadenfreude here, but like... Man. This post is just a mess. For real! I don't know what's going on at all. 2 out of 10. Couldn't keep track of all the characters. Happy 4K, Yuno. Thank you! I appreciate it. But yeah, 2 out of 10. Not great, but certainly an interesting read. I guess ultimately we should be glad that we got to experience the train wreck. Ugh! Bless me. Whoa! I hope I'm not catching a cold. Tuskaru baby sneeze. It's not a baby sneeze. Don't say that to me. Okay. So this next one is from r/askreddit. Read the post for context, then read the top comment. Okay. So it looks like the comments will also help. Okay. Ahem. The story is the comment? But you said you wanted the top post for context. I mean, I guess what I'll do is I'll minimize it, and I'll just read, like, what the topic is, and then read the comment. I think that's what you meant. Doctors/nurses/redditors, what has been your most, disgusting or worst medical experience? Oh, this might be bad for me. If you guys, don't like gross, medical talk, you might not want to listen here.
An offering. Thank you so much.
This could get kind of ick. I already feel like I might ick. If I feel like I can't handle this, I'm gonna stop reading. Actually, I think I should probably turn the source off and read it. Just in case it's, like, really icky. Let me scan. Oh my gosh, this is a long comment. Will it be graphic? Yes, because I got to the TLDR at the bottom and it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. Maybe I shouldn't read this one. Is there a way that I can give you back your $5? Is there a way I could give it back? I don't think I can. But I don't know if I could read this because it's kind of... If it's medical, I foresee lots of hard words. Oh no! The words themselves aren't going to be that difficult, I'm sure. Tears. Kinda? Imagine a new viewer just tunes in and sees an occasionally cute anime girl on the bottom right and a giant green screen. I'm sorry! I'm trying to figure out if this would be safe to read. Yeah, no, this is a pretty gross story. I don't think I should read this. It's not very kawaii, for sure. I apologize, but I don't think I can read that. Anyway, Dynamo Shiro-kun donated $20 and said, no Reddit post, just happy 4K, and thanks for being our adorable little Oni. Thank you! I appreciate it. Not safe for work, not safe for weeding. Yeah, I guess that's something I should have thought about. I didn't realize that anyone was going to submit stories like that, but yeah. Can't do anything too gross or too, just generally not safe for work. Just don't pick anything that's, like, extremely not safe for work. A little bit of PG-13 is okay. I have a pretty high tolerance, so I can also tolerate a lot of, like, more, like, 18-plus type content, but we probably want to avoid things that are too obscene. Thanks for being merciful. Yeah, I was, like, reading it to myself to see just how bad it was, and it was bad. Body horror levels of grossness? Maybe not body horror, but it was very, very gross. There was a part where I was reading about people puking into their surgical masks because of how gross and obscene everything was. So, I think that's a sign that this should not be read. Yeah, so probably for the best. I apologize.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Hello. Now I kind of want to hear it. I'm not linking it. Yeah, I don't even think I can, like, give you the keywords. I would feel too bad. Thank you, hello, for the $5.
Thank you so much.
We got another one from Egan, too, who donated $5 for another thread. But we will do hellos first. Let me double check that this is okay, though. Oh no, you saw my frequently used tabs. Crazy. Not like you could actually access any of them. Oh, is this a situation where I read the comments? There's a lot of comments on this one, though. Oh, Nami-senpai! Hello, Hiroji. Welcome in. Today we are reading Reddit posts. If I receive $5 and a link to a Reddit post, I will read the Reddit post. As long as it's safe to read, obviously. Welcome in. I hope you guys had a good stream. Hope you guys had fun with Nami-senpai. Feel free to stick around if you would like to. It would make me happy. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll just read some of the best comments along with this. This seems pretty safe. Ahem. This is from r/books, a subreddit community where they talk about books, obviously. Automatically no. What are red flags that make you instantly uninterested in a book? I noticed this today when I went to read a synopsis of The Nightingale. I thought, oh, so many people love this book. Why haven't I checked it out yet? And then I saw it takes place during the Second World War. Apparently World War II books are an automatic skip for me these days. Not that there aren't some amazing stories set during that time. There's just such an oversaturation in books and movies that I find myself wholly uninterested in another World War II story. Another automatic no for me is any fantasy that has a title like The Spear of Dreams and Destiny or some such. You know the type. Again, just too oversaturated for me. So I'm wondering, what are some other red flags that make you readers bypass a title? Honestly, it's a good question. So I guess, like, it could be either something about the title itself, it could be something about the synopsis, it could be, I guess, anything related to a book that makes you automatically not want to read it. Let's see. When the main protagonist has an impossibly cool-sounding name if I was 12. Like, the first time you're introduced to a character and they've got a name like Special Agent Colonel Jack Switchblade Beretta. Please. Now that's a good one. Understandable. Have a good day. Sometimes when a name is, like, too explicitly chuny, you're just like, ick. If the title or cover doesn't have elves, cute girls, or some combination thereof, I pass unless it's a research topic. Really? Interesting. That's a very specific niche of books. So I guess you specifically seek out books about elves. On that note, a cool-sounding description to introduce the character. Ben Shapiro did this hilariously bad in one of his novels. Hawthorne was a bear of a man, 6'3" in his bare feet and 215 pounds in his underwear, with a graying blonde crew cut and a face carved of granite. But he had plenty of smile lines. He just didn't like showing those to people unless he knew them. What? What an insane description. Huh? What's so weird is that he goes from describing this character as a big tough guy to immediately saying he doesn't like smiling at strangers, like he's a shy teen character. I know the type of character they're talking about. I think most of us have encountered characters like that before. Those fiction books that are by celebrities but written by someone else. Like, Dolly Parton seems like a really cool person, but I'm never going to read Run, Rose, Run by Dolly Parton and James Patterson. Especially since James Patterson has ghostwriters that write his books, so this is like a ghostwriter within a ghostwriter. I don't mind reading celebrity memoirs that are ghostwritten, but I draw the line at fiction. It's ghostwriters all the way down. Big tough guy with a shy smile. It's about the context and delivery of those to get Gatmoe. If you don't handle it, then it just feels weird. I mean, the way that that was written, though, is so obviously, like, it's not written well to begin with. Even ignoring the, like, he had plenty of smile lines, he just didn't like showing them. Like, that's fine, I guess. But, like, first of all, smile lines can be seen on a face. Because smile lines are wrinkles around the mouth because of how often you have smiled throughout your lifetime. You can't just hide those. Like, I get that he's trying to say that he just doesn't smile in front of, like, strangers or whatever. But you can't actually hide the smile lines, which is what he wrote explicitly. I think it's this part. Like, this whole first half is the part that's bad. This whole first part is the part that is not good. I don't like that. He was using makeup, maybe? Yeah, obviously, he was about to go into his, daily makeup routine. Not a red flag, but when I read something like in the 1970s, Mary Jane was a swinging disco dancer in LA when something happened that sent her into a life on the run. Meanwhile, in 2018, Julie McBoring Person has inherited a strange house in the countryside. I almost always put the book back down and walk away. If the hook is something interesting that happens in a different time period, I'd almost always rather stay with that plot line than with whatever modern person connecting with their roots or whatever. It's a perfectly valid story structure, I just don't like it. That's true. I don't read a lot of stories with alternating timelines like that, but when there's, like, an obvious disconnect between, like, the first story and the second one, you're just kind of like, man. Let's see. Oh, this is like a long thread. Oh, true, flippancy. I feel like this has become a bit of an issue because people really liked the sassiness in some of the Marvel movies. Well, that happened humor where every character is at least a little sarcastic about everything. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's the quickest way for me to drop a book. I feel like a lot of the romance novels I pick up have this problem. You know, that's true. I feel like the romance genre has gotten kind of oversaturated with this like kind of sarcastic, like, well, that would never happen to me, like a very tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. I love romance novels. I also love romance novels. I love a good love story. But I think that more modern romances, especially if you get into like YA or like just written for a more modern vibe type things, it's just those get a little convoluted. Okay. Next post. Thank you for your submission, hello. Let's get Egan's here. I will do a quick perusal to make sure that it's okay. 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 I think this is safe. You can have a character that is sarcastic all the time, however, it's best to play them for what they are, jaded and faulty, not romanticized as some ideal. I think you can paint a sarcastic character in a more positive light than that. Obviously, yeah, you want your character to have flaws, but I think that having sarcasm isn't inherently a bad trait, it's just bad when every character in the story has it as a trait. Because then it's no longer unique. Can I ask, if you were to read one novel, what would it be? I guess I would just reread my favorite book, which is More Than This by Patrick Ness. Can we make this a is this gaslighting poll? Maybe. Let's read it and see what the consensus is. Let me turn it back on. Bum bum bum. Okay. Y'all ever heard of the brick method of driving? This is from Brand New Sentence, which is a subreddit about sentences that were never before written. So I'm guessing it's just like really unique phrases. Is it BS? The brick method of driving. Hi all, been having a debate with my curmudgeonly but genius mechanic father the past few days since I've been back home regarding the safety / efficacy / legitimacy of what he calls the brick method of driving. It's confused the absolute frick out of me, and while it won't end our relationship, it's driving a serious wedge between us while I'm here. Essentially, my father recalls when he was young, and while making a particularly long trip, he would place a brick or other weighty object onto the gas pedal once he was on the expressway. After this, he would climb into the backseat of the car, usually with a blanket, and go to sleep. That is so dangerous. What is that word? Are you talking about curmudgeonly? Curmudgeon is usually a term that is used for older people who are, like, very grumpy. They're very, like, set in their ways. They're, like, really stubborn. Yeah, the mudgeonly. Yeah, it's curmudgeonly. You would call an old person a curmudgeon if they refuse to budge when it comes to, like, how they do things. I'd rather go to a rest stop and take a nap. I mean, this is also talking about, like, a father from the past, so I guess I guess this is, like, just how things were back then, question mark? Okay. That's a new word to me, and I'm pretty well read. Well, I'm glad to teach you a new word. The guy puts a brick on his gas pedal and sleeps in the back? Mm-hmm. Allegedly. Because you have to remember, there are plenty of people on the internet who tell lies. Where was I? He would climb into the back seat of the car, usually with a blanket, and go to sleep. He claims that when he woke up, he had shaved a significant portion of the trip off. I asked him how this could possibly be done, considering turns and toll booths, not to mention other cars, and he responded that other drivers would acknowledge a bricker and move out of the way, or even in some cases gently push the car to right its course. Huh? That makes no sense to me. Literally what? How could you push the car? Like with their cars? Like is this bumper cars? Bumper cars on the highway? Nah, that makes no sense. For turns, he just said he would ride the guardrail and deal with the scratches since it was so much easier to get around this way. What? What? No, dude. I'm completely at my wit's end with him. I would be too. Does anyone here have any idea what the heck he's talking about? I considered it being a joke, but this is not a joking guy we're talking about. I apologize if this comes off as a troll post or something, but I'm so genuinely curious if this is some relic of a less safety-regulated era that I have never heard about. Nah, this... this cannot be a real thing. You can just confirm if he's lying by looking for the scratches on his car. I mean, that's true. I don't really know enough about their relationship to know if the car is, like, still part of the equation. I honestly think he's just taking you for a ride. Dude was trolling. Think his dad is just a god-tier troll? I wouldn't be surprised. Because this does not sound real. Is not is real? Is it? Back when cars were made of actual metal, they weren't scratched as easily. Oh. I don't know. What do the comments say? Is there anyone who actually says that it was true? If this guy's dad is not a joking guy, but he can get his kid to believe this story, then he is the greatest joking guy. True. Real. Time to buy a Tesla truck. Yeah, I don't know. I think we can all agree that this is either just, like, an insane level of gaslighting, or it's just, there's no way. Like, there ain't no way. I refuse to believe that this is an actual thing that ever happened in life. I think the dad just might be an expert troll. In modern times, bricking your car has a different meaning. Yeah, because I think of, like, bricked electronics where they're just, like, dead. Like, you just kind of fried them, so now it's just a brick. I would agree. Thank you for the story, though. It was a funny read. Okay. Oh, there are 2 stories on this one. Let me get the text. Fizzle Pickle submitted 2 stories to make up for the medical story. So we will do this one first. And then... oh my gosh. I messed up the copy-paste here. Hold on. Okay, this one first. Both of these are from the Today I Fricked Up subreddit. Okay. Why are you saying my name? I didn't do anything. Chat, why do you keep saying my name? Okay. I think this one is fine. It looks a little bit silly. Should be alright. How's stream going? It's going pretty good. We are having fun. I am learning so many things about Reddit. Alright. Today, I fricked up by throwing my steak out a window. Already, just purely by title, this is incredible. Do you ever just throw your steak out a window for fun? Another best of Reddit post? Oh, so this is like a legendary one. Okay. Last night, my wife's boss from her brand new job invited us over for dinner. On the drive over, my wife reiterated many times to me just how important it was to make a good impression. I scoffed and arrogantly informed my silly wife that I always make good impressions. Red flag. My silly wife. My wife's boss is a single lady in her 50s, so it was just the three of us. We chit-chatted over drinks and salads and seemed to really be hitting it off. She laughed at my well-timed, perfectly appropriate jokes, and my wife seemed pleased. Okay. Soon she brought out the main course, a nice big juicy steak for each of us. As I began to cut into my steak, I was discouraged to discover how undercooked this steak was. Undercooked steak. Okay. Now, I've had my fair share of rare steak. I prefer medium, but I can handle rare. This was several minutes on a hot grill short of rare. I probably could have resuscitated the cow had I tried. Instead, I sat there fidgeting with my knife and fork, worrying about how I was going to get away with not eating this steak. That's a crime? The undercooked steak? Nah, bro, the cow is dead. Weak man can't handle blue. Looks like it. I've never had a blue steak. Do we think that it was cooked blue style? I don't know. I am also a medium rare person. I've also never eaten a blue steak. I don't know if I would like it. What's a blue steak? Where it's like purposefully like very barely cooked. Like it's more rare than rare. You can eat your steak how you like, just leave mine alone. That's true. I think the fact that she just kind of cooked the steaks how she wanted is kind of weird. Blue is seared on the outside, but absolutely rare on the inside. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, I don't really like, I don't usually go rarer than medium rare, personally. It's just, I don't really like that kind of, like, texture, I guess. Just put it back on. Okay, but that's not the issue. When you're over at dinner at another person's place, you are being served food. You can't, like, give it back. It's not like you're at a restaurant. You can't, like, ask them to go and, like, recook something. And also, this is, like, the boss of your wife. This person was specifically told to make a good impression. Okay, anyway, so... fidgeting with my knife and fork, worrying about how I was going to get away with not eating this steak. Claim veganism? No, I'd already feigned great enthusiasm upon seeing the steak. Just then, our hostess excused herself to the kitchen to take care of some dessert preparations. As I looked across the fancy dining room table at the open window of this third-story apartment, a cartoon light bulb appeared over my head. Oh no. The whole reason that this person threw it is because they didn't want to eat it? Oh, jeez. Okay. I knew I had to be decisive, realizing that she could return at any moment. I committed. I grabbed the steak with my hand, gently shook off the juice, and executed a perfect throw right through the center of the open window. Here's the big time, fricked up. The window wasn't open. It was the cleanest fricking window you've ever seen in your life. That is, until my mostly raw slab of steak slammed up against it and slowly slid down, leaving a trail of bloody juice in its wake. Oh, no. Bro, this man straight up acted like a bird. He was like, oh, that window is so open, I'm just gonna toss it. He pulled like a, you know when like a bird or a squirrel like slams into a window because they don't realize the idea of glass? He doesn't have the awareness of glass. Mans doesn't know what glass is. No. Oh gosh, okay. My wife, whose steak was a nice medium rare and was unaware of my predicament, turned, jaw dropped, and stared at me like I was an alien from another planet. Okay, wait! My wife, whose steak was a nice medium rare and was unaware of my predicament. So the boss did cook everything to everyone's preferred temperature, or like at least to the wife's. How did his end up so raw? That doesn't make sense. Her steak was perfect, just asked to reheat. I mean, I understand not wanting to be a bother when you're at someone else's house for a dinner, though. Boss is not a professional cook. Yeah, exactly. Like, I guess it just feels kind of insulting to, like, ask someone to, like, recook something that they made for you. So I kind of get it, but, like, weird. Okay. Alien from another planet. This look then slowly morphed into more of a there is no place on this planet you can ever hide from me expression of demonic anger. Yeah, I think we've all been there. We have all been on the receiving end of one of these looks at some point in our lives. Thanks for the steak, but can I cook this a little bit longer? Better to be honest than have a steak on the window. I mean, I guess so. I get where you're coming from. I just feel like societally, it's kind of hard to have to be like, hey, I think this steak is undercooked. I feel like that's kind of like a mood ruiner. And some people don't want to interrupt the flow like that, so I kind of get it. But I understand where you guys are coming from, too, where it's better to just ask. Okay, My wife's boss heard the thud of the steak on window impact and came quickly. She took in the scene, the steak sitting on the windowsill, the blood trail, my empty plate, and then gave me an inquisitive, puzzled look. Okay. I just didn't know what to say. It felt like a minute of silence, but it was probably 3 or 4 seconds. Finally, the best I could manage was, I'm so sorry. I'm such a klutz. I don't know. I was just cutting it, and it slipped. Just ask my wife. I really am a klutz, right, honey? No help coming from that direction. I'll clean this up. I can't believe this. I'm so sorry. Etc., etc. What a bad... It slipped. Like, it slipped like the steak was on a banana peel. Just whee! In what universe? Okay. Both women continued to stare at me like I had escaped from the loony bin as I smeared the blood around the window with my cloth napkin, dusted off the steak, and continued to mutter my incoherent explanation. I knew no one was buying the story. I knew what I had to do. I sheepishly returned to my seat and proceeded to eat every bite of that disgusting, cold, chewy, bloody, raw steak. Ugh. Critical fail on deception check. Yeah, definitely a nat 1. Well, at least he ate it, I guess. I remained pretty quiet the rest of the evening. My wife's only 2 words to me since the incident are, "I'm fine." Too long didn't read, tried to sneakily throw my undercooked steak through an open window, only to find out it wasn't open. Okay. Update. Just got the first post-I'm fine communication from my wife via text, who is at work. Good news. Boss's name and I just had a good laugh over how much of an idiot you are. I hope you know you will never live this down. Love you, you moron. Nah, that's cute. See, at least they don't... At least they're not mad about it. They just think that he's kind of dumb. They're just like, this man's kind of a dummy. He's kind of silly with it. But I like that. That's funny. Yeah, it looks like everything worked out in the end. They just thought he was weird. Relationship goals, so true. Imagine having a wife that forgives you this quickly, even if she does call you a freaking idiot. They're not mad about it. It's worse, they think he's dumb. Real. It can't be helped, though. Very sitcom energy in this story. This is true. I like it, though. Okay. And let me check the second one. Oh, this is another dinner story. Wait. Oh, this is the companion story to the steak story. It's from the point of view of the wife. Oh! Oh! That's funny! Okay. We're fine then. Today I fricked up by allowing my husband to come to dinner at my boss's house. Do they know they each posted their own point of view? Yes. I saw that it was elaborated upon near the bottom of the post. But this is her perspective. Let's do it. This actually took place a couple of years ago. I just gotten a brand new job that I was really excited about, so I was delighted when my boss, who I'd been trying to establish a rapport with, invited me and my husband over to her home for dinner. Well, mostly delighted. My husband is... well, he's the sweetest, but he has a history of doing really dumb stuff. Because of this, I was worried about him coming along. By the time the day of the dinner arrived, I had become so anxious about it that I actually floated the idea by my boss that I wasn't sure if he would be able to make it. She was clearly taken aback and responded, "Oh no, I really hope he can. I have a dinner for three all ready to go." Upon seeing her dismay, I assured her that I was sure he would find a way to be there. She was so worried about how dumb this man is. She knew something stupid was going to happen at this dinner. She just knew. Man. These two really are relationship goals, because he was like, "Oh, silly wife, there is no way I would ever make a mistake," while she this entire time is like, "Oh, I know. I just know something's gonna happen here. I can feel it." Well, we made it over to her apartment on time, and things actually started out really, really well. It was actually just the three of us, which surprised me somewhat, but made me a little less concerned about my husband, as crowds really tend to bring out his unpredictability. Joke's on you, ma'am, but it turns out 3 really is a crowd. Okay. I had just started to finally relax and was a couple bites into a deliciously cooked steak when things took a horrible, horrible turn. My boss had just stepped into the kitchen to check on dessert when I noticed something odd out of the corner of my eye. It was one of those things where you know something strange is happening in your peripheral, but you're not sure what. You have to look over and focus your gaze to really comprehend it. I look over at my husband and see him holding his steak in his hand, hovering it just an inch or two above his plate. Before I had a chance to fully comprehend what I was seeing and verbalize something that might have saved all of us from the coming horror, he threw his steak, baseball style, across the room, straight into the dining room window. It hit the window, making a loud noise, and slowly slid down. Hearing it from her POV makes it sound even funnier. He really threw it like he was pitching a baseball during a major league game. Bro, I could never. Okay. Now, my husband often does dumb stuff, I already told you that, but he's not a crazy person. Usually when he does dumb stuff, I at least understand what he's thinking. There's usually some semblance of rhyme or reason to the dumb stuff. In this case, I was just dumbfounded. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't wrap my head around what was going on. I stared at him with what must have been the most confused look and watched as he stared back at me, an expression of utter horror painted across his face. Man got a good arm though, true. I couldn't make any sense of what was happening, but I also didn't have time to try. I heard the footsteps of my boss coming to see what the sound was. It suddenly sunk in that it didn't matter why he did what he did. He did it, and we were all about to come face to face with a very awkward situation. The way she tries to reason his actions is kind of wholesome, but also kind of funny. They're so cute! It's so obvious that they really like each other. They're so cute. Okay, I could feel the anger flush through my face. For a brief moment, I contemplated trying to help my husband get out of this. But no. This was his dumb stuff bed, and he could lie in it. Not like there was any possible recovery anyway. I mean, she's got a point. He did this. My boss walks in and sees the steak lying on the windowsill. There is the freaking longest, most awkward pause where we all just sit there frozen. My boss and I are staring at my husband, forcing the ball into his court, as the cringe just hangs in the air like an ocean fog. He finally manages to mutter some incoherent garbage about being a klutz and even tries to get me to back him up. I leave him out to dry in the deafening silence. He makes a poor attempt at cleaning the window and retrieves his steak. Mercifully, my boss asks me a question about work and we both dive eagerly into conversation. We all resume the rest of the evening pretending that he isn't there, a sort of unspoken agreement by all that this is the only way to move forward. Oofies. As soon as we got to the car, my husband turned into a nervous chatterbox trying to explain himself. Turns out he didn't like the way his steak was cooked, rare, and get this, he thought the window was open. My husband, ladies and gentlemen, tried to chuck his steak out a 3-story window. He thought that was a reasonable solution to being served an undercooked steak. A year or so later, my boss hosted a Christmas party for the company at her newly built home. My best friend Jenny was my +1. Oh man, he didn't get invited to the Christmas party. That's messed up. Okay, my husband told this story from his perspective a couple years ago and it was a popular post. Someone suggested I should tell it from my perspective. Hope our discomfort brings a little joy to you fine Redditors. Saved him the trauma of another undercooked steak. So true. Also, we today found out that he was so bothered by the idea of a rare steak that he thought it was a blue steak. It's just like, this is basically still frozen. The cow is basically still alive. Bro, it's a rare steak. That's not that bad. I don't like eating rare steak, but like, it's not that bad. And it looks like she wrote an edit here because people were saying that she was being a little bit too harsh, but she says that, like, my husband is a fun-loving, kind husband and father who makes life very fun. So they do very much love each other. But she was just like, man, you're so stupid. Why do you make these decisions the way that you do? You can love someone and you can be honest when they are stupid. This is correct. This is very true. It was cute to read this from her perspective, honestly. From his POV, it was a dumb solution to a non-problem, and from her POV, he just had a moment of crazy. Yeah, she was like, I'm used to you sometimes doing dumb things, but this, now I'm worried that you're crazy. So real. I love that. He's an idiot, but he's my idiot. So true. I love dynamics like that, though. I think those kinds of things are really cute. So Reddit can be wholesome. I struggle to believe my eyes and ears. Yeah, it can be wholesome occasionally. Not everything ends in badness. Sometimes it good. My contribution as a seasoned Redditor. Thank you. I do really appreciate it. These were nice stories. If anyone else still wants to submit, we maybe have time for like one more. Because I'm planning to raid Ranchan's membership celebration stream, which is in about 13 minutes. So speak now. I'm still gonna try the brick method. No! Don't do it! No! I guess my real issue with Reddit is that my friends are degenerates and mostly show me the worst stuff. I mean, like I said, those are sometimes the things that get the most traction. Like the really crazy stuff that doesn't have a good ending. But Reddit can also be pretty wholesome. It really depends. Glad to see she reached members. HMZ has been growing a bunch lately. Yeah! We are doing quite good. I hope that we will continue to grow more and more. We were actually just talking about it earlier. Like, around when my stream ended, we started talking about how we were starting to grow more. And how excited we are to keep growing. Hanamizuki is very excited, and of course also very, very grateful. We are very happy. Excited to see what the future will hold for us. Excited to play around and discover new things. And keep growing together as Hanamizuki, and individually too, of course. Can't wait. Happy 4K, Yuno. Thank you! I thought earlier, when I was putting up my tweet to celebrate that I got 4,000, I was thinking about, copying Kaya's Cotton for Kaya, and then purposefully making it stupid and doing Cotton for Kuno, even though that doesn't make sense. But I just wanted to do it to, like, make fun of the tag, but then I was like, nah. I don't know if I have to go that far. But it would have been pretty funny. I had the thought. Do you plan to do a 4K celebration stream? I think I'm just gonna wait until 5K. I think I will just wait and do a celebration at 5K. Mostly because I wouldn't know what to do to celebrate 4K. Kaya brought up the idea of me doing some kind of drinking stream, which maybe in the future? I don't know about, anytime soon, though. Would have to get my hands on more drinks in order to do that. You'll reach 5K in no time, hopefully in December, so you can get the boba pizza. I mean, again, it's only going to happen if I get 5K within this month. You guys have the rest of the month, technically, to try and get there, but if I don't get 5K within December, there will be no boba pizza. Another drinking stream. I'm honestly not that bad when I drink, so I don't think anything really intense would happen. Unless I, like, went out of my way to, take a lot of shots or something. But you said December, so December 2024 technically counts. No, it literally doesn't. I said this month. By the end of December. This month. Not this month a year from now. You're not allowed to change the narrative. I was very forgiving by allowing Sora to bribe you guys to force me to put the boba on the pizza. I am not giving you any more leeway. If you don't do it this month, like this December, then there will be no boba pizza. Helped Yuno to 5K by the end of Christmas. That is an insanely long hashtag. That does not work as a hashtag. That is not... That's not a good hashtag. Widowy 1984. No. I have to have some form of boundaries. You guys can't have that much control. We got scammed, we don't even have a full month? Well, maybe you should have thought of these ideas at the beginning of the month. That's not on me. This will definitely be an experience. I said earlier that this is probably going to make me hate pizza. I will probably never eat pizza ever again. Assuming we get there. But who knows? Imagine we do all of this and you guys try to give me like a super gross pizza that also like by default has to have boba on top and then somehow I still like it. Could you imagine? What would you think of me if that was the case? Would that finally be the thing that makes you guys go, ah yes, Yuno is my one and only Oshi? Does anyone actually have me as their Oshi? That's an honest inquiry. I'm honestly not sure. I would think hot. Please raise your standards. I am pleading for you to raise your standards. Yes, but I have many Oshis. Then that doesn't count. I mean, I appreciate it, but like, I'm looking for people that are specifically like Yuno Oshis. Like, is it just me pleading? You can't tell me how to live my life. I'm comfortable with my low standards. Please, you deserve to have higher standards. Don't lower yourself. Pay attention to your worth. I only have one TBH that's clearly on my ex's profile, and that's valid. Shiicho is my Kamiyoshi. Understandable. Good taste. I also like Shiicho. My Oshi spot is taken by another kawaii VTuber, but you're certainly a favorite. Thank you. Thank you. Stop lowering yourself, Yuno. You're not that tall to begin with. I'm not lowering! I'm telling you guys to not lower your standards. I have pretty high standards, honestly. Started from the bottom and we're still there. Please get up. Please leave the bottom. Please stand. Why are you putting high in quotes. I do have high standards. And yet you still like us? What does that say about your standards? You guys are nice. Listen. Welcome to Yuno Boba Cafe Diner Restaurant. Well, you spelled restaurant wrong. Also, still too long of a hashtag. Hashtags need to be kind of short and catchy. Is Standards the heel's name? Stop! My Geta do not have a name. They are just my Geta. You think we're nice? That's kind of sweet. You guys have been pretty nice. Like I said this morning when I was being a little bit, cheesy. I do think that, like, generally, even if we sass each other, you guys are pretty nice. Yuko Yum Yums? Who's Yuko? You gotta get my name right, at least. Forget about it? Well, it can't be 4, because this is supposed to be a celebration for 5. Get a load of this cute Oni. Blech! Yick! Icky. Whatever. One day people will get your name right. I refuse to believe it. I keep seeing too much evidence of the opposite. It's a good thing I always get your name right. Shut up. You literally don't. You are like 90% of the reason that this joke has persisted. You can't even say that. 5 get about it? I mean, technically you did follow the request to include a 5. Buno Banaki, that's me. I'm her. Okay, I think I am going to wrap up here. Ranchan should be starting very, very soon, so I'm going to send you over to Ranchan stream. Let me hide my browser so that you don't see me setting up the raid. But thank you for hanging out with me twice today. Which is, wild, honestly. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I am still trying to think of one last stream to put on my schedule. But once I figure it out, we should be all good for me to post. Where is Ranchan? Where is Ranchan? Run. Where's her? Does she not have a waiting room up yet? Huh? Ranchan. Does she not have it up yet? Why is it not showing up on my YouTube? Did she private it? Because it should be showing up if she has it. Wait. I guess I'll just go to her Twitter and grab the link. Weird. Where's the waiting room, Ranchan? There it is. Come here. Have to do everything myself in these streets. So then we do it like this. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your time zone. I'm sending you over there now while I have the chance. Like I said, schedule will be going up soon. Thank you for your time. I'm very happy to be streaming. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I do have a stream planned for then at least. But yeah. Yunotsu.